I've lived and fished in Florida my entire life, mostly in saltwater. Growing up, I started fishing for peacock bass, and that eventually transitioned into things like snook and other saltwater species. Now I typically enjoy fishing inshore for trout and redfish, but also going offshore for things like snapper, grouper, and mahi. For the most part, fishing in Florida is pretty simple. We have to look at state versus federal and any seasonal or size limitations. There are some fish where we have to look at different regions, like the spotted sea trout has different regions now, but for the most part, it's pretty simple. To make it even easier, there's an app called Fish Rules that makes it very simple for you to follow regulations, and FWC's website has pretty good information too. Wisconsin, on the other hand, is a little bit different, and I think it has to be. The state is responsible for managing various rivers, creeks, tributaries, and lakes. They run fish hatcheries to help keep a healthy stock, and their regulations are quite different than ours in the state of Florida. However, if you find yourself fishing in Wisconsin, that makes things a little more difficult. They have resources online, they have pamphlets you can get, and if you're unsure, the best thing to do is always call and talk to your local Fish and Wildlife agency, and in this case that would be the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources. Even if you think you have a grasp on it, before you go fishing, check before you go out. In pretty much every state, regulations can change on the spot. And in a state like Wisconsin, things can change. Rivers can close, seasons can change. Make sure you're doing your due diligence and checking before you go out, or maybe you'll be featured on one of our channels. In today's featured video, an officer with the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources received a call in reference to an angler keeping an out-of-season walleye on a closed river.
Exploring lots of. Yeah.
So I cannot locate him. His truck is still here, and there is a walleye in a bucket in the bed of the truck.
Nice. Did you grab a photo for me by chance?
I did grab a photo.
Nice.
Yeah.
Perfect. Interesting. And he's nowhere to be found.
Nowhere to be found. Yeah, but I walked up to the water here, and I looked down. Couldn't see anything, so I guess maybe he could be walking around. Yeah, no, there's nobody out here right now, and
Okay.
because it's behind the bars too. As soon as I walk back here, everybody flocked inside. So he could have been in that crowd too. I'm just not 100% sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if you want to just send me the photo, that's a good plus there, and then I will certainly follow up from there. All right, sounds good. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, bye.
While the caller was unable to provide a current location of the suspect, he was able to provide a photograph showing what he was wearing at the time. The angler was reportedly fishing on the Montello River, a tributary to the Fox River that was closed for fishing game fish at that time. Using the information and photograph provided by the caller, the officer began searching the area, eventually locating the angler.
Yeah. All right. Is everything on here current, Juno, or are you over in Westfield now?
Over in Westfield,
okay.
Yeah.
Mind if I grab that bucket up back?
No, don't mind at all. Yeah, it's going to be a double black bucket.
Yeah, obviously can't keep the walleye either, because.
Oh.
Oopsie-doo. The short of it is the Fox River is open to year-round fishing. The Montello River is not. Okay, so if you look in the fishing regulations, it doesn't say anything about the Montello River, but it does talk about the Fox River. Okay, and then upstream from the Highway 23 bridge here, that's refuge. Can't even fish there in the springtime.
Okay. Well, that's where I was confused because I read that was refuge, but I didn't know that this wasn't refuge.
Right. Well, it's not refuge, but you can't fish for game fish here. So if you were down here, drowning a jig in a crappie minnow, catching bluegills or whatever, you could do that.
Okay.
And if you happen to catch a walleye, you unhook it, throw it back right away. Okay. But I mean, you're geared up. You're fishing walleyes.
I'm fishing walleyes. Yeah.
I mean, so, and that's a standard that we use. So if somebody were down here chucking a big, nobody would be down here chucking a big bucktail, but if they were, right, it's like, well, what would you expect to catch with this? Well, nothing that's open in this river right now. Okay, so at any rate, so let's see.
I got, well, that leads me to one question. So if there's like a creek that flows into a lake, would I be able to fish that for a pike per se?
No.
Like, okay.
So only waters that are listed as open year round can you fish for game fish right now. So in the regulations, whether you look online or in the booklet or whatever, it'll have that little fishy symbol. Okay, so if the body of water that you're fishing on it's not listed, and it doesn't have that little fishy symbol, it's not open to game fish this time of year.
Again, I know I said it at the beginning of the video, but I think this stresses the importance of checking before you go out. Wisconsin's website has a list of bodies of water that are open to fishing. If the body of water is not on that list, it's likely because it's not open.
So end of March, well, it's always the first Sunday in March is when game fish season closes, and then it doesn't reopen again until the first Saturday in May.
Yep.
Okay, and then here that's our local festivus of fish and fun.
Yeah,
and,
fish and fun.
You know,
so usually catch a lot of white bass down here.
And Jack's down here slinging barbecue, and
yeah.
Good time is had by all. And people are usually lined up that Friday evening between here and then out at the Grand River Marsh Dam.
Yep.
Same thing. People line up on Friday before to get their spot.
Yeah.
And right at midnight, that first lighted bobber goes whizzing through the air.
Okay.
So, okay.
Well, no.
So, like I said, you weren't fishing in a refuge, but game fish season isn't open here.
Okay.
Right.
I never knew that. Oh, I'm glad. I know I've met you before, but
sure.
I always thought it was rivers and creeks were always open. But
no, common misconception. We get that a lot where people say, well, it's a river or it's flowing water anyway. It's open. No. But the waters that are open do tend to be river systems.
Yeah.
So, but it's not it's not every...
It's not every river and creek.
No.
Okay. That's good to know.
Like I said, it's only the ones listed. Yep. All right.
I'll
So
be
what's
in trouble.
what's your address? And is that where you receive mail?
Yep.
Oh, my pen is dying.
That always happens to me too at work. It's like I have a pen in the beginning of the day and it dies.
Oh, the pen only needs to last me another 26 days.
I just wanted to stop and say that I genuinely hope this officer is enjoying his retirement. This video was recorded over a year ago, and at that time he had 25 days left. That places him well into his retirement. I hope you're enjoying it, and thank you for protecting our natural resources throughout your entire career.
And then I'm not taking your gear. I'm just documenting what you were using. Okay. So I don't want your gear. It's more paperwork for me. It's a pain in the butt, and honestly, it's not needed for court for this.
I do really appreciate that. I do.
All right.
Nice. Got that at the fishing expo this year.
Haha.
Yeah. I was pretty excited about it. It was a $200 rod originally, but I got it 50% off for $100. Best rod I've ever had, to be honest.
All right. Here's your driver's license back. All right. Let's see the fish. All right. Unfortunately, the fish has been out for what, like a good hour now? Probably more.
I'm about to say about an hour.
All right. So we're not going to be able to release it.
Nope.
So
I already slit.
okay. All right. Well, I'll be taking the fish with me then.
Okay.
So one question we see a lot is, what do they do with the fish? A lot of people like to suspect that the officers take them home and eat them for dinner. That's not the case. Most departments require the fish to be returned to the resource, meaning that it is thrown back into the water dead or alive. This allows marine life and other animals in the area to benefit from the meat and other nutrients provided by the fish. In some cases, and more so in other states like Alaska, the meat's donated to local charities, retirement homes, or food banks.
And that's that. Let me grab a... I'm going to give you a slip, just out of formality, even though it's not like I'm taking your fishing gear. Okay.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't have kept it. The title remains with the state. That's how that works.
Okay.
But I'll give you a slip that I took the fish, but you're not getting the fish back. Okay. So that's that. If you got other things to do, you can go boogie off, but
Did you make that yourself?
I did not make this myself. It was given to me when I first started, back when there was a 19 in front of the year.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, I know. All right. All right. So, because my pen doesn't write worth a darn on the back of this thing, Just going to give you my card. Okay. Short of it is, again, title remains with the state on wild critters. Okay. So it was never actually yours. But I am giving you a slip just out of formality.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if I were taking your fishing gear, oh yeah, you'd be getting a slip. And then once court's done, if the court says you get your stuff back, then we just coordinate getting the stuff back. But I don't take people's gear for this. Now, if this is like, I've had to talk to you multiple times about this in the past, I'd probably be holding on to it because the court might be interested in upping your penalty by taking your stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but not for first time out the gate. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Ticket will be coming in the mail.
Okay.
I want to say off the top of my head, it's going to be in the neighborhood of $263. Don't quote me on that. Haven't written a ticket for closed season since last spring, and I'll have to look it up.
All right.
Okay. You're the first person I've contacted for close season this spring. Normally I get a few people at the end, first part of March, still ice fishing for northerns and stuff, but we didn't really have any ice, so that didn't happen this year. So the dollar amount, not right on the tip of my tongue, okay, but I think it's somewhere in that neighborhood, okay. But ticket will be coming in the mail. Court date will be May 5th here at the courthouse, at the county courthouse here. Don't have to come to court if you don't want to. You can take care of it by mail. You can take care of it by mail. Just mail it in with check or money order to the courts. You can stop in person and take care of it. There's a website listed on there. You go to that website, you can do an electronic submission if you want to do that. If you don't plan to contest the citation, but you need extra time, just contact the clerk's office before the court date, and whatever you work out with them is between you and them. Okay? So the important thing is don't just crumple it up and expect it to go away, because ignoring it, the court will tack on extra penalties. Okay? So you done an ups, don't make it worse. Okay? So either take care of it beforehand, make arrangements beforehand, or show up for court. Okay? Like I said, don't make it worse.
No.
All right?
There's no point in it. Just trying to fish.
Yep. So like I said, if you need extra time, just get something worked out with them ahead of time, and that's fine. Plenty of folks do that. All right. All right. Any questions?
Nope.
All right. Well, I'm gonna grab the fish. Feel free to keep fishing. Just not for game fish here. Like I said, you can fish for panfish.
Okay.
And I do get calls for that. People are like, "They're fishing." It's not downstream of the bridge. Is not refuge. So people could be down here fishing for perch or bluegills or whatever. Yep. Because those don't have a closed season. The game fish do.
Yep.
So, all right. Well, skedaddle on, and like I said, that'll be coming in the mail. I'll get that written out probably tomorrow and get it dropped in the mail. Okay? Yep. All righty.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Well, take care. Be safe.
Sounds good.
All right.
See ya.
See ya. Thank you.
So in the end, the suspect was charged with being in possession of a game fish during a closed season. He later pled no contest to the charge and was adjudicated guilty. He was ordered to pay $271.85 in costs and fines, which he later paid. So that's it for today's video. Pretty simple. Do you think this was an honest mistake, or do you think he knew or should have known that the walleye season was closed? Comment down below and let us know your thoughts. If you like fishing and wildlife content, be sure to check out our other channel that's built exclusively for content just like this. As always, thanks for watching.